Hey, coming to you live from 2782, it's your boy Willie G. Word. Hey, Crusader Nation, you know I had to do one big for y'all, so let's get into it. Been swagging since the fall, this how Crusaders ball. We brought a brand new game, dropping the past like chains. You can say that we are free now, to who we wanna be now. Planted like a tree down, and the best you're gonna see now. We now have a record that's getting even better, and you can say we're warming up kinda like a sweater. Now we gon' show them what it is, we gon' show them how we swag. We gon' show them what it is, we gon' show them how we swag. We gon' show them what it is, we gon' show them how we swag.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Travis Henson Show here at North Greenville University, where Christ makes the difference. Well, Coach Henson, let me be the first to congratulate you on making NGU history. You and your coaching staff and the players defeated Limestone College 8-7 in 11 innings yesterday, the first 30-win season in school history.
I tell you, that's an exciting accomplishment, but it's still, we hadn't set a goal as far as the number of wins that we want to have. We just set a goal for a destination at the very end where we want to be, but it's only a testament to, first of all, the players that we have. They've taken an outstanding approach, their work ethic, their commitment. They're talented players, but they put forth a lot of effort. And also their unity. They've played well together. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. But also a coaching staff. Coach Reynolds does an outstanding job preparing our guys, especially defensively and with the offensive approach to the plate. And Coach Dennis, pitching coach, done a phenomenal job, and the staff's been outstanding. So it's a great accomplishment, but we're not done yet. And a big thing is to continue to get better each game. And that's a big important thing for us is right now in the midst of a 10-game streak, but to keep it rolling, continue to play better because championship teams are teams that play their best at the end of the season.
A lot of baseball left to play, but this has been a notable week for NGU baseball. You've risen to number 5 in the NCCAA national rankings, probably the highest ranking we've ever had.
I tell you, that again is an outstanding testament to our players. And that tournament's where, if not the Division II tournament for NCAA, at least in the NCCAA tournament's where we like to be. And those rankings are nice, those accolades are nice, but one of our sayings, and Coach Reynolds says it all the time, is focus on the process and what it takes to get there. And if we continue to do that, those wins will just come. They'll just happen because of what we're doing, the way we're approaching things.
It keeps getting better. You won 10 straight games now, but you do have a lot of baseball left to play. You can't really start talking about the postseason yet because you do have a lot of games left.
Right, and that's our big thing is one game at a time. Biggest game is the next game. The game that we play tomorrow on the schedule is the most important game we've ever played, and that's the way we approach it. And I think that's been a reason for our big success.
Let's look at that schedule. You've got a real key series with Mars Hill coming up starting Friday. It's your last home game prior to your final one later in the season. 6 of your last 7 games are on the road.
I tell you, we do have a strong road stretch coming up, but this series this weekend, Mars Hill, a good ball team. They're 25-11 coming this weekend. Just had 2 more big wins yesterday. South Atlantic Conference team, they're very strong. So for us to have them here on Friday with their ace on the mound is going to be an outstanding challenge and a great atmosphere. And then to go there on Saturday, it's an unusual series in the fact that they play here Friday, we go there on Saturday, but it just kept either of us from traveling both days. It was a good, meet in the middle kind of deal. And we're excited about the weekend. Huge weekend for us.
Absolutely. Fans need to get out to that game on Friday afternoon and come out and support the Crusaders.
I tell you, we've had good crowds, and we'll continue to get those people out, and appreciate their support and their encouragement.
Coach, I was poring over your statistics the last couple of days. Besides the normal, really good player numbers, you outscored your opponents 349 to 165. You got 8 players over 20 RBIs, 105 stolen bases, and a team batting average near 400. You're doing right on almost every category.
I tell you, the big thing you said there was several guys. And that's the thing, it's a team concept. We've got a lot of guys, top to bottom of the order, have been very impressed. And I think you even just look top to bottom. Rance Seagal's been a leadoff man. He's a senior, 3-time All-American, had an accomplished career. Then you go down to the number 9 hitter, and that's Marcus Duckworth, who's hitting over 420 on the season. Has found just a lot of different ways. Not only is Marcus using his speed at the plate as far as the bunting game and in base running, but Marcus has several doubles. He's among our team leaders in doubles too. So he's also hitting the ball with authority into the outfield. And tell you, we're very impressed with all of our guys. Somebody different seemed to step up each game. That's been a big key. David Frazier yesterday had 4 RBIs, including 2 clutch, 2 out run-scoring hits, a 2-run double, and later on a run-scoring single. That both of those put us in great position to be able to win that ball game yesterday. And we've had different people step up every game offensively at the plate, and that's been key.
Seems like we talk about some different player every week, and that's a good thing.
It is. That's the big thing. And as you go through a college baseball season, a lot of games, you have some guys that are playing really well, then kind of get in the funk, or it gets kind of difficult at times. And that's why you got to have different people that step up throughout the year. We've done that not only offensively, but our pitching staff. Pitching staff's been very impressive.
Well, Drew Province is 8-0 now, but the Benjamins together, the three Benjamins are 8-3. They've done pretty well too.
I tell you, that three-headed monster, the Benjamins, is a tough one to beat. And not only have Mike and Mark been very solid, but Matt has stepped up too and given us some strong out. And so all three are pitching very well. You mentioned Drew, and Drew continues to get national recognition as he was the headline story on the Peen Baseball website this week. Perhaps a top Division II pitcher, college baseball pitcher, and so we're excited about that. But all of our staff, we've had Jeff Witt has continued to step up. Jeff had a complete game shutout this past weekend against Brevard and an 8-0 win. Also, Derek Foreman. Derek Foreman's been really tremendously effective, and we haven't given him the run support nor played the defense probably that he deserves behind him. Derek has had outstanding outings, continues to get better each and every time. He's already an amazing talent and a versatile performer, not only one of the top offensive players in the nation, but also a very good pitcher. And Derek's been strong. Bo Lucas has really come on. He's had impressive starts each of the last 2 weeks, with the last one being his best one. And you hear the theme here is that every one of our pitchers that are coming out, each one of them, their last start has been their best. And that's a good sign.
I'm here with the middle infield of the Crusader baseball team, David Frazier and Brian Giles. Well, guys, what I really want to know is, tell me about idiosyncrasies in baseball. Do baseball players have a little bit more unusual habits than the average team sport player in other sports?
Well, I mean, I guess as a team, we have how we get it up before the game starts, with the circling and the bat dance, with Duck doing the bat dance in the middle. And, certain guys do certain things. I know Rand and Adam and Duck, they pray before the games. I'm a guy, I like tape on my left wrist. I do certain things. I always wear my necklace. I had a flat black helmet, and coach was ragging me the other day. I kind of didn't feel too comfortable with that, so I had to change that out a little bit just to get things going a little more. So I guess some things, you do a little different. You keep some things the same. So,
what do you think, Dave?
It's mostly just about what you're comfortable with, and having a routine before the game just gets you into your comfort zone. Just do whatever you can to get focused and ready for the game.
Well, what do you guys do to prepare? You guys you play second base, you play shortstop. What do you guys do to work together to build that cohesiveness in the middle infield?
Nothing, just it works, man. I don't know,
There's got to be something there that works.
We try to hang out a little bit. I know Tuesdays and Thursdays we both get out of school about the same time, so we like to play video games. I go over to Frazier's dorm a little bit, and we hang out. Me and him got a little things we do together too. Little handshakes and stuff like that. So we got some things that work a little bit, just on our page, I guess you could say.
So does it help the cohesiveness when you're trying to turn the double play, things like that?
I mean, the more you're comfortable with your second baseman or shortstop, the more, I guess, in sync you'll be. So if you have a good friendship and you get along good with your middle infield, then you're going to be more apt to turn double plays, I guess.
That kind of says a lot about NGU baseball, though, doesn't it? A lot of guys are like that on this team.
We have a great unity on this team, and everyone just gets along with everybody, and that's one of the big reason for our success.
Well, guys, look at that schedule again. I know you have the Mars Hill game on Friday. Your final home game is Tuesday, April 20th at 2 o'clock against Limestone, then 6 to 7 on the road. That's got to be a little bit of a concern for you.
Well, I tell you, we've played well on the road this year, and that's why it was neat to get back on the road yesterday, get a big road win against a quality opponent. Next week we go to Brevard, we go to Truett McConnell, and we will take a weekend trip to Chattanooga, Tennessee, to play Tennessee Temple. And that's going to be our first really overnight trip and long road trip. So that's going to be a good test for us, and really every day is a test for us, when you get to this point in the season. But you can't win a championship if you can't win on the road. You've got to go and win regionals on the road. You've got to win a World Series games on the road. So that's why we've got to be a good road team to be successful.
Especially 3 or 4 weeks when you might go a little farther north.
We hope so. We hope so. Yes, sir.
Well, if you want to follow the Crusaders, be sure to check out all the action at www.mgcrusaders.com. So for Coach Travis Henson, I'm Fred Battenfield. This is the Crusader Sports Network.
Rolling how we roll, So I'm out from here. Let that beat take you out from here. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? Peace out. God bless. Holla.